I hope you're mentally well and physically well. If this is your fourth or fifth time back, subscribe because you like it here. If you want to see my videos up and down your algorithm, uh, like this video. Um, Reacting to a video where they take some prisoners or ex-prisoners and mix them with people from affluent society, whether they be writers, politicians, people from upper class society, mixing with like working class poor criminal. Let's see how it goes.
Paper, famous by Johnny Cash.
Lisa, you are on creative writing.
I'm on creative writing, okay.
Come out onto the landing and then you'll follow the group down.
See you later.
Okay then, gents, you can make your way down then, please.
Creative writing classes in prison have been shown to have positive impacts on inmates' mental health, self-confidence, and teamwork skills.
This is a creative bunch, isn't it?
So, how many of you have done writing before?
Yeah, I wrote a letter to the judge just before sentencing.
Was it successful then?
I'll be honest, I think it added an extra 5 years onto my sentence.
Okay, task is to write 100 words inspired by her made famous by Johnny Cash. You've all got pens.
How do they know who Johnny Cash is?
You've all got paper. All right.
They're too young.
So, if everybody is okay, we're going to have what's called a read around. Everybody reads out their piece.
Bars behind me, but that don't define me. I've already seen the sign. It's my time to shine. Take what's mine, leave the old behind.
So everyone I know.
You know how hard it is, yeah. Being as someone who's been in prison before, do you know how hard it is for a man to open up his feelings in a show and speak and about his inner feelings, because in life there's so many responsibilities on you. You just get on with life and don't really talk about your issues and stuff. So, you know, him opening up and speaking, it's very courageous. And I think that reason why the other people, no one's laughing or no one's snickering and stuff and that, because they know himself that is a difficult thing to do. So respect for them for being mature and, you know, hearing him out, you know. Because a lot of these people are from like rough areas, poor areas and so forth. And communicating is not something that, you know, or public speaking is not something that you've had classes on, you know, in school or anything else, you know.
Goes away. The truth is there's been better.
I've already seen the sign. It's my time to shine. Take what's mine, leave the old behind.
So everyone I know goes away. The truth is there's been better days. Sometimes I find myself at heaven gates. Sometimes on the other side. When I'm gone, well, I'm still here. Stop missing me now. Everyone that I know now is sticking around.
This is deep. Like I said, it's very mature of these guys to try and articulate their feelings, man. And no one's laughing at them, you know.
Big man, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's fair for the...
Gone. Well, I'm still here. Stop missing me now. Everyone that I know now is sticking around.
Big man, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's fair for the people that don't write.
And you don't write at all.
Nah, I can't read, I don't write.
Damn. Right, he said that. I don't think this class is fair for people who can't read or write. Whoa. That's tough, bruv. Imagine not being able to read or write. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nobody here who can teach him to write.
Sometimes on the other side. When I'm gone, well, I'm still here. Stop missing me now. Everyone that I know now is sticking around.
Big man, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's fair for the people that don't write.
And you don't write at all?
Nah, I can't read, I don't write.
Is there nobody here who can teach him to write? If it's such a thing.
It's estimated that in the UK prison system, 50% of inmates are illiterate.
What? I don't know if that's true. I've been in prison. Like, I think most people could read and write, but still, the fact is, even if it was 10%, even if it was 10% of people that couldn't read or write, it still was big. For the people that it wasn't that for the people that intentionally bunked school and didn't go to school and so forth, I don't really have much sympathy for them. For the people that just bunked school and smoked weed and hanged out with the rude boys and bad boys, I don't have much sympathy for them. But if a person, I don't know, due to bad parenting or didn't go to school because their mother or their father didn't take them to school, or their mum or dad were like drug addicts and didn't like make sure they like went to school regularly and they were just sat at home and stuff, or I don't know, something out of their capability stop them from going to school. I got sympathy for them, you know. What's nice is that white guy said he wants to isn't it possible, he felt empathy for him. That rich white guy, he basically said, isn't there a way you can learn? Like, so it shows you that he has sympathy and empathy.
Teach him to write.
Gone. Well, I'm still here. Stop missing me now. Everyone that I know now is sticking around.
Big man, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's fair for the people that don't write.
And you don't write at all?
Nah, I can't read, I don't write.
Is there nobody here who can teach him to write? If it's such a thing.
It's estimated that in the UK prison system, 50% of inmates are illiterate.
I went to prison at 15. No GCSEs. Was always dyslexic. People from my background or with my upbringing, we lack opportunities.
Can you...
He's dyslexic as well. If you go jail at 15, I can understand why your school gets messed up. Yeah, problem.
Express yourself. You talk,
It's
yeah?
not a talking class right now.
We can do this talking.
What do you say?
Or with my upbringing, we lack opportunities.
Can you
I don't read either.
express yourself? You talk, yeah?
It's not a talking class right now.
We can do this talking.
Just don't feel any pain, to be honest. When there's someone you love who hits you, you cry. And then he's like, why are you crying? And then when it hits you and you don't cry, he thinks it hasn't hurt, so he hits you harder, so you don't understand. So you have to learn the hard way. That's it.
I think his dad must have beat him, and then he doesn't understand why his dad beating him. So what happened is dad used to beat him harder, and then what happened is that he got beaten harder and harder and harder until he just like physically firmed it and just hold it inside. I think there's a difference between abuse and beats. There's a difference between abuse and abuse. I got beats when I was a kid, and I believe it worked. Like, people say beats didn't work, beats don't work, beats don't work. Beats do work. Now, if you're a parent whose kids, listen to just your words and so forth and that, then cool. You know, some children are like that. But then there's a lot of kids that don't listen to just words. And you can try time out, you can try, speaking nicely, you can try speaking heartily, but some kids, they just don't listen, you know? And I think beats work because for me, when I would rebel as a young kid in a single parent family, and I think this is why dads are important because When your father, when you have a man who has a man's stature, whether he's short or tall, like even just a man's voice, you know, when your father says, "Don't do that," or "Stop," or "Leave it alone," or stuff, just the vocals of a male, the effects on a child is different. You know, when mummy, you know, tries to say no, don't do this or don't do that, it's different to how when a dad or mum does that. But there was times when I just did things, yeah, that I wasn't supposed to do, and I wouldn't listen, you know, and I'll keep on doing them. And the only time it stopped is when my mum hit me, you know. And the whole thing is, people say beats don't work. They do. If you're doing something and your mum beats you, hits you, not abuse, but I mean she hits you, stuff, it hurts. And if it hurts enough, then what happens is that you stop whatever that thing was, whether it was taking biscuits out of the biscuit jar, whether it was, I don't know, like whether it's playing with like plugs or sockets or whatever, or whether it's going into a room that you're not supposed to and stuff. When it hurts, you don't do that thing. You don't do that thing for till next week or 2 weeks or later on if you get hit. So I sometimes like when I was little and stuff, and mom said don't do stuff, I'll just carry on doing it and so forth, you know. And that's why it's ideal for a man to have his father and his mother, because just a physical man walking around the house, you know, being in the house like daily and stuff like that. When the kid sees that and they think about doing wrong, it's just like Bobby's on a beat, man. When you see a man walking around the house and stuff, if you're a young boy and stuff, before you think about taking those custard creams, yeah, out the climbing up on the surface, yeah, and what is it? Taking the yeah, climbing up on the surface and taking the was it custard creams, yeah, or the jammy dodgers, yeah, or the nice biscuits out of the jar. Like if your dad's in the house walking around, you ain't gonna do it. If mummy's there, you might try and climb up and risk getting it and stuff. But if daddy does, you're definitely not. But once you get licks for trying to get it and stuff, you're gonna leave it alone for at least like a week or two because you don't want, you know, because it hurt, you know. Anyway, but I think he was battered. I think this guy was punched with like a closed fist.
That was probably the most profoundly interesting moment. It was
Just don't feel any pain, to be honest. When there's someone you love who hits you, you cry. And then he's like, why are you crying? And then when it hits you and you don't cry, you think it hasn't hurt, so he hits you harder, so you don't understand. So you have to learn the hard way. That's it.
That was probably the most profoundly interesting moment. It was quite startlingly emotional, and they wrote some quite extraordinary things, which I was very struck by. You were seeing people in the war. I think you should learn to read. I really do, because I think you would find a huge treasury of things. I would help you learn to read if you want to learn to read.
You think it's different listening to it?
I do. Reading is just a doorway to so many great riches. And also, of course, when you want to read to your children, you can't generalize from any of these people. There are so many different stories from them. To know and to have talked in detail to people of that kind.
I promise you.
Do you know what? Do you know what? This has got to be one of the on British TV. This has to be one of the most. This has to be one of the most saddest moments I've seen, and happiest because you can hear from this guy's vocabulary and his. It's not accent. Accent is when you're from a pure different country, but This guy is not tone of speaking, but you know what I mean. The way he speaks, you can tell that he's very rich and very posh and like, and and it's very brave for him to approach this guy who he can tell has been a criminal and blah blah blah, and to reach out to him and want to help him. Like, I know this guy from politics and stuff, and I don't agree with any of his. Well, I can say 90% of his views politically I don't agree with and stuff like that and so forth. But I'm just talking based on this clip. This fact, this man wants to reach out to this guy and wants to help him when his life is fine. He done this voluntarily, and he's come out of the comfort of his own home. It's the fact that he wants to help this youth, yeah, who he's most probably, I'm sure he's very intimidated by him. You know, the guy's a big guy, and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And he knows he's a criminal and he's hurt people before and stuff like this and so forth. Had fights and stuff before. He's not comfortable in this environment. He's not comfortable approaching him and speaking to him, even if it's about helping him. And the fact that he's approached him to try and help him is very touchful, you know. And the fact that he's thinking about his kids as well. I don't know if the guy has kids, but the way he's speaking, he must have mentioned his kids. This is priceless footage, man. One of the rare times that on the internet, something beneficial. Let's watch it. I just want to watch his part again.
Just don't feel any pain, to be honest.
This whole clip is priceless.
Or with my upbringing. Right?
And you don't write at all?
Nah, I can't read, I don't write.
Is there nobody here who can teach him to?
Look at that. From that start, from that time when he said I can't read or write, he was concerned.
I'm gone. Well, I'm still here. Stop missing me now. Everyone that I know now is sticking around.
This part is so powerful. Listen.
Big man, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's fair for the people that don't write.
And you don't write at all?
Nah, I can't read, I don't write.
Damn.
Nobody here who can teach him to write.
He cares. Look at that, man.
It's estimated that in the UK prison system, 50% of inmates are illiterate.
That's cool.
Went to prison at 15. No GCSEs. It's always dyslexic. People from my background or with my upbringing, we lack opportunities.
Can you...
I wouldn't say you lack of opportunities. Everyone's given the opportunity to go to school, no matter what council estate you're on, what north and so forth. Maybe your parents messed it up for you, and that's their fault, you know.
Express yourself. You talk.
We're
Yeah?
not a talking class right now.
We can do this talking.
Just don't feel any pain, to be honest. When there's someone you love who hits you, you cry. And then he's like, why are you crying? And then when it hits you and you don't cry, he thinks it hasn't hurt, so he hits you harder, so you don't understand. So you have to learn the hard way. That's it.
And that was probably the most profoundly interesting moment. It was quite startlingly emotional, and they wrote some quite extraordinary things, which I was very struck by. You were seeing people in the raw. I think you should learn to read. I really do, because I think you would learn. You would find.
This is amazing for this guy to help him.
Of things. I would help you learn to read. You want to learn to read?
You think it's different listening to it?
I do. Reading is just a doorway to so many great riches, and also, of course, when you want to read to your children.
He's instilling hope into
You
him.
can't generalize for many of these people. There are so many different stories from them. To know and to talk in detail to people of that kind.
I promise you.
This is
I'll work
priceless.
with you.
Well, that'll be good.
Ha. This is so sweet, man. This is so sweet. Amazing. Amazing.